I thought trading was a scam. I lost money. I doubted myself. I almost quit. My account was almost empty, and everyone around me kept asking the same question. Why don't you just stop? 4 years later, I managed 6 figures in capital. But here's the part nobody talks about. Money wasn't the hardest part. What almost destroyed me was something else. And if you're trying to build something from zero, this might save you years. Because going from 0 to 6 figures isn't about strategy. It's not about indicators. It's not even about the market. It's about surviving long enough to become the person capable of handling success. And most people quit before that transformation happens. I almost did. Here's what changed everything. 4 years ago, my bank account was almost empty. When I first discovered trading, it looked easy. Charts moving, people posting profits, 6-figure payouts, luxury lifestyle. And I thought, if they can do it, why not me? Because it makes you believe that desire equals readiness. It doesn't. I opened my first account full of excitement. I didn't see risk. I saw opportunity. I didn't see probabilities. I saw fast money. And in the beginning, I actually won. Small wins. Just enough to convince me I understood the market. That was the first trap. Because early success without discipline creates overconfidence, and overconfidence destroys beginners. I increased my risk. I traded more often. I stopped respecting structure. And then the market reminded me who I was. A beginner with ego. Loss after loss. Trying to recover. Trying to make it back. And that's when I stopped trading and started gambling with a strategy. There's a huge difference, and most people never realize when they cross that line. 1 year later, I had lost more than I was comfortable admitting. Not just money, confidence, time, energy, and the worst part, explaining it to others. How much did you make today? That question hits differently when you're losing, because saying, I lost again, over and over, does something to you. You start doubting your intelligence, your discipline, your decision-making. And slowly you begin to believe maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you're not built for it. Maybe the people saying it's a scam are right. And that thought almost made me quit. But something happened at my lowest point, and it changed everything. Not a new strategy, not a secret indicator, not a paid mentorship. Something much simpler and much harder. Responsibility. But before I explain that shift, you need to understand something critical. Most traders don't fail because trading is impossible. They fail because they try to skip transformation. They want the results without becoming the person capable of producing them. And that was me. I wanted 6 figures discipline. That mismatch is expensive. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. The market wasn't against me. It wasn't bad luck. It was me, my impatience, my greed, my need to prove something. I wanted to escape average life. I wanted fast validation. I wanted results now. So even when I had a profitable week, it wasn't enough. Even when I followed my rules, I would break them just to squeeze more. And every time I forced a trade, I moved further away from consistency. Let me ask you something honestly. Are you trading your plan, or are you trading your emotions? Because that question is where the journey really begins. 4 years ago, I finally reached a point where I couldn't lie to myself anymore. I wasn't unlucky. I wasn't a victim. I was undisciplined, and that realization hurt. But it also freed me, because if I was the problem, then I could become the solution. That's when I made a decision that changed everything. No more adding money until I could prove consistency. No more emotional trades. No more this looks good. If I couldn't follow my rules on demo, I didn't deserve real capital. And let me tell you something most people won't admit. Demo trading feels boring. No adrenaline, no fear, no rush. And that's exactly why most people skip it. But boredom is where discipline is built, and discipline separates gamblers from traders. So I treated demo like real money. Same risk, same rules, same journal, every trade documented. Why I entered, why I exited, how I felt, what I did right, what I did wrong. At first it felt unnecessary, but over time, patterns started appearing. Not market patterns, my patterns. I noticed I lost more when I was tired. I forced trades after small wins. I doubled risk after losses. The enemy wasn't the strategy, it was psychology. Once I understood that, everything changed. I stopped trying to predict the market and started managing myself. I created non-negotiable rules, fixed risk per trade. No revenge trading, no increasing lot size after wins. Stop trading after 2 losses. Simple rules. Powerful rules. And here's the part people hate. Some weeks I barely traded because my setup didn't appear. The old me would have forced it. The new me waited. Waiting feels like weakness. But in trading, waiting is power. And slowly, something incredible happened. My losing months became smaller. My winning months became consistent, not explosive. Consistent, and this is where people misunderstand the journey. Going from 0 to 6 figures didn't happen in one crazy month. It happened because I survived long enough for consistency to compound. I remember my first payout. It wasn't huge, but it felt bigger than any number I had seen before. Because it wasn't luck, it was proof. Proof that structure beats emotion. Proof that I could control myself. And that payout changed something inside me. Not financially, mentally. For the first time, I wasn't hoping, I was executing. From that moment on, the goal wasn't get rich. It was protect capital, repeat the process, scale slowly. That mindset shift is everything. Because when you chase money, you lose it. When you build skill, money follows. Here's something nobody talks about. When you start improving, pressure increases. Family starts noticing. Friends ask questions. Are you making money now? Is it finally working? And suddenly, you feel like you have to prove it. That pressure can destroy discipline. Because ego returns quietly. Push a little harder. Want bigger numbers. I almost fell into that trap again. But this time, I had data. I had a journal. I had proof of what happens when I break rules. So instead of chasing bigger trades, I increased consistency. Not dollars. Because percentages scale. Ego doesn't. The day I realized I was managing 6 figures, there was no celebration, no dramatic music, no luxury car, just silence. Because I understood something important. Money wasn't the achievement, transformation was. The version of me who wanted fast money could never manage 6 figures. The version who built discipline could. That's the difference. Trading isn't first a money game, it's a character test. The market exposes you. If you're impatient, it punishes you. If you're greedy, it humbles you. If you're emotional, it drains you. And if you're disciplined, it rewards you over time. If I could talk to myself 4 years ago, I wouldn't give him a better strategy. I would tell him this: stop trying to win big. Start trying to lose small. Stop focusing on daily profit. Focus on monthly consistency. Stop proving yourself to others. Prove discipline to yourself. And most importantly, don't add more money until you've proven you deserve it. Capital doesn't create skill. Skill attracts capital. So, is trading a scam? For some people, yes. For people who want shortcuts. For people who blame everything else. But for those willing to change, to be patient, to build structure, to survive long enough to transform, it's not a scam, it's a mirror. And the real question isn't, does trading work? The real question is, will you do the work to make it work? Because going from 0 to 6 figures isn't about finding the perfect setup. It's about becoming the person who doesn't break under pressure. And that takes time. 6 figures didn't change my life. Discipline did. Money only amplifies who you already are. If you're reckless with $1,000, you'll be reckless with $100,000. If you're emotional with small risk, you'll panic with big capital. The market doesn't reward dreams, it rewards control. And control is built in silence, on the days nobody sees. In the sessions where you close the chart and walk away. In the trades you don't take. That's where 6 figures are built. Not in one lucky move, but in thousands of small, boring, disciplined decisions. There were nights I stared at the ceiling thinking, what if I wasted years? What if I'm just not built for this? What if they were right? But every time I wanted to quit, I asked myself one question. Did I truly master the process, or did I just get tired of the pain? Most people don't fail because they can't win. They fail because they stop evolving. And if you're still watching this, it means something. It means you're not looking for hype. You're looking for truth. So here's mine. From 0 to managing 6 figures, there was no secret strategy, no magic indicator, no overnight breakthrough, just structure, self-control, and refusing to quit when quitting felt logical. The version of me who almost gave up would never believe where I stand today. And the version of you right now might not believe where you could stand in 4 years. But the difference between those two versions is what you decide after this video ends. You can close this tab and stay where you are. Or you can decide that today is the moment you stop trading emotions and start building skill. If this story helped you, if even one sentence felt personal, then this channel is for people like you. Not gamblers, not dream sellers, builders. If you want the real process, the real mistakes, the real psychology behind consistency, subscribe, because the next videos won't be about hype. They'll be about mastery. And maybe 4 years from now, you'll look back at this video and realize this was the moment your journey truly began.